They keep thinking about you. You can feel it. It hits you in the middle of the day, doesn't it? That sudden wave of energy, familiar, magnetic, impossible to explain. You try to focus on your task, but it's like their soul whispers your name through invisible threads of thought. And the moment you try to brush it off, your heart reminds you no. This isn't your imagination. Comment right now. I trust my intuition completely. Because by doing that, you're signaling to the universe that you're ready to receive the truth it's been trying to send you. And if you haven't yet, take a second to like this video, subscribe, and turn on the bell for the Self-Magnetized channel. Here we decode energy, divine timing, and the magnetic pull that connects souls, so you never feel crazy for feeling what's real. Now listen closely. They are thinking about you. You're not chasing shadows. You're simply tuned into a timeline where your souls are still connected, even if your physical realities seem galaxies apart. Because here's the deeper truth that most people never understand. When two souls meet with that kind of frequency, when your energy fuses in such an intense weight, doesn't just end when contact stops. It echoes, it vibrates, it ripples through timelines, creating parallel moments where you both still meet in thought, in memory, and in dream. And right now, as you're listening to this, there's a version of them on another timeline, sitting in the quiet, thinking about you, missing you, wondering what you're doing, who you're with, and why they still feel your energy so strongly. They can't access you physically right now because you are no longer vibrating on the same frequency. You have evolved, elevated, shifted into a higher energetic dimension. And that means your connection, though still real, feels like it exists between worlds. It's like you're walking on sunlight, while they're still learning to crawl through the fog. And that difference, that distance isn't a rejection, it's divine protection. Because right now, the universe is teaching them what it truly means to feel the absence of your energy. You became their mirror. You reflected back the parts of themselves they weren't ready to face. You showed them what unconditional love could look like. And when they couldn't hold that vibration, the timeline split. Not because love ended, but because your soul outgrew the frequency of waiting. But here's what's wild. No matter how far they go, your essence lingers in their field. Every new connection they try to form feels almost right, but not quite. Every time they hear a song, smell a familiar scent, or see a moment that resembles you, it's like a portal opens. For a second, they're pulled back into the vibration of what you both shared. And you feel it too. You sense the tug in your chest, that flicker of their energy brushing against yours. That's because thought itself is a bridge. And love, the real, soul-level kind, is the current that runs through it. This is why your intuition feels louder lately. Why dreams of them have been more vivid. Why you can feel their emotions even when you haven't spoken in months. It's not delusion, it's resonance. The same resonance that once drew you together in the first place. It's just operating now on a frequency most people never tune in to consciously. They might be scrolling through their phone right now, fingers hovering over your name. They might open your old messages, reread your words, smile faintly, then put the phone down. Because their ego is still fighting their soul's pull. They think silence keeps them safe. But the truth, silence is just another form of energy exchange. Every thought they have about you travels through the field of consciousness, and you feel it. Every what if they whisper in their mind becomes a vibration. Your intuition intercepts dot. So if you've been asking yourself, why do I still feel them? The answer is because you're both still entangled in the energetic fabric of a shared story, just on different pages. They're living in a timeline where they haven't yet learned how to catch up to your light. They sense you moving forward, aligning with your purpose, walking with new confidence, and it both inspires and terrifies them. They want to reach out, but their soul knows it's not time yet. Because if they came back now before learning the lesson, they'd only repeat the pattern. And you didn't go through all that healing just to relive a cycle. So yes, they miss you. Yes, they think about you more than they admit. But the universe is protecting both of you from colliding prematurely. Because divine connections are built to last beyond human impulse. And that's why Even when they can't text you, they'll find you in dream space. Have you noticed that? Those vivid dreams where you're talking, laughing, maybe walking hand in hand again? That's your higher selves meeting on a neutral timeline, beyond ego, beyond time, beyond fear. You're both remembering who you are to each other. You're both rewriting the energy without forcing the outcome. So when you wake up feeling like they were just there, it's because they were. Your souls still visit. Your hearts still speak. And here's something you might not realize when you release the obsession. When you stop searching for signs, you actually create the space for their higher self to move closer to yours. Because detachment doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you stop clinging. And in that surrender, energy can finally flow freely again. If you're still watching this, it's because your intuition was right all along. You're not crazy. You're not imagining it. They really are missing you deeply, silently, constantly. But they're trapped in a different timeline. One where their growth isn't yet synchronized with yours. Your job isn't to chase them there. Your job is to hold your frequencies steady here. Because when you do, they'll feel it. Your peace will reach them stronger than any message could. Your joy will become a magnet pulling them toward healing. Your self-love will whisper to their soul, catch up. And one day when the timelines merge again, because, yes, they can't, the reunion will feel effortless. There will be no guessing, no confusion, no running, only recognition. Like two melodies finally finding harmony again. So instead of waiting, keep expanding. Keep loving yourself louder. Keep trusting that what's meant for you cannot miss you, it can only meet you. When it matches your vibration, because right now, on another version of this same day, there's a version of you that's already together with them, already living the peace your heart knows is real, already walking in alignment with everything you once prayed for. You just have to vibrate into that. Reality, type in the comments. I'm aligning with my highest timeline, because that's exactly what's happening. You're aligning. You're shifting. You're crossing into a version of reality where your heart doesn't ache for what's absent, it rejoices in what's destined. Remember, timelines are fluid. Energy is eternal. And love never disappears. It transforms. Sometimes it becomes distance, so growth can happen. Sometimes it becomes silence, so reflection can bloom. But in every case, love remains the undercurrent pulling everything back to divine order. So tonight, when you feel their presence again, when your chest tightens and that familiar ache returns, don't resist it. Don't drown in the longing. Just whisper, I feel you, and I release you with love. Because every time you do that, your frequency rises. You send a signal across dimensions that says, I'm no longer waiting. I'm expanding. And that signal will reach them. It will stir something deep within their energy field. It will nudge them toward awakening. Because your growth is their mirror. 2. That's how twin energies evolve. One leads through light, the other follows through realization. And in the end, both arrive at truth. So don't question your intuition anymore. Don't doubt those moments when your heart seems to know something your mind can't explain. Your intuition isn't wrong knits. Your multidimensional memory reminding you of what's real. They're not gone. They're just on a different timeline where they haven't yet remembered how to find you. But they will. And when they do, it won't be through chasing. It'll be through resonance, through divine timing, through the silent alignment of two souls who finally remember what it feels like to be home. So keep walking in peace. Keep magnetizing abundance, alignment, and clarity. Because the more you rise, the more you pull your future and theirs closer into divine sync. You're not losing them. You're leading them home. And they're right now wherever they arcane feel it. They may not understand it, but their soul does. Every time you breathe in light, they feel the echo. Every time you heal another wound, they sense relief. Every time you choose peace over pain, they feel a door unlocking somewhere deep within. Because this connection, it's cosmic. It's coded. It's infinite. So don't look for proof in messages or calls. The proof is in your knowing. It's in the way your energy hums when you think of them. It's in the synchronicities that follow you, the numbers, the songs, the dreams. That's the universe saying, yes, you're connected. But let them meet you on your frequency, not pull you back to theirs. This is your sign to keep rising, keep shining, keep trusting the invisible threads that tie you to the right people, the right love, the right moment. Because in divine reality, nothing that's truly yours ever gets lost. It just waits until you're both ready to remember. Like this message, if it resonates. And don't forget to subscribe to the Self-Magnetize channel for more messages like this, because every time you do, you magnetize your energy field to the vibration of your highest truth. You're not imagining it. You're simply remembering across time. And right now, as you listen to these words, their higher self is stirring. Somewhere, maybe across the world, maybe just down the street, something inside them is shifting. They don't know why your face suddenly comes to mind. They don't know why the memory of your laughter, your energy, your light feels so alive again. But you do. You know because your soul feels it. You know because the magnetic thread between you has never been broken, only stretched by time and lessons. There's a reason your energy has been calling them so strongly lately. Because the timelines are slowly beginning to bend. Your frequency, your healing, your peace, these are signals. They're beacons of light guiding them back, but not to the old you, to the expanded you, to the version of yourself that no longer waits, but simply receives. They're waking up to that, even if it's subtle, even if it's slow. That ache they feel in their chest when they think about you. That's their soul realizing what they lost when they couldn't match your vibration. They thought time would make it fade. But instead, time has made your energy louder. Your absence rings like a bell through their life. They feel you in the quiet moments, in the spaces between distractions. And though their mind tries to move on, their energy keeps orbiting back to you. Because love doesn't care about logic. It follows the pull of truth. You might notice strange things happening too. You think about them, and then something connected to them appears, a name, a number, a memory. You try to focus on your goals, but then a song plays that feels like a direct message. That's not coincidence. That's communication through frequency. The universe uses synchronicities to remind you that this connection is not over. It's simply transforming. So when you see those signs, don't overanalyze, smile, acknowledge the energy, then release it again. Because the more you flow, the more the connection evolves. And the more it evolves, the closer it moves toward divine alignment. You have to understand your intuition is tuned to a higher field now. You're not receiving messages from the past. You're perceiving movements across dimensions. You've become so energetically aware that you can sense their growth, their struggle, even their moments of realization. That's why some days you wake up suddenly emotional without reason. That's not always your emotion needs. There's echoing across the quantum field. That's the depth of this kind of connection. But you must not drown in it. Feel it, yes, but then return to your peace. Because you are the anchor in this equation. Your stillness grounds the entire connection. And when you stay balanced, they find the path back through the resonance you create. So when you miss them, don't reach out in desperation. Reach inward. Tune into the frequency of your own heart and whisper, I trust divine timing. Because the moment you do, the energy between you relaxes. It stops trying to force and starts to flow. That's when miracles happen. Timelines don't merge through control. They merge through surrender. The more you hold on to needing them to realize, the longer the distortion lasts. But when you focus on living, on thriving, on radiating gratitude, the universe begins to recalibrate. Suddenly, opportunities unfold. You find yourself guided to new experiences that raise your vibration even higher. And when you're in that frequency of abundance, love finds you naturally, sometimes in the same soul, sometimes in a higher expression of it. That's why this waiting period isn't punishment. It's preparation. You are being refined so you can receive love in its purest form, not as attachment, but as harmony. They are going through their own refining too. It may look like silence, but inside them, storms are brewing. Their spirit is restless, searching for what it lost. They're realizing that not every connection is replaceable. They're realizing that energy like yours can't be found, can only be met. And as their soul grows tired of the noise, it will start to seek the peace that only your frequency offers. That's when they'll start to awaken. Not just to you, but to the version of themselves that's capable of loving you correctly. You see? The universe never withholds love, it upgrades it. And every time you think they've forgotten, remember, absence is just an illusion. Energy never forgets. It waits, it learns, it evolves. That's what's happening right now. You are both being prepared to meet again in a vibration where love doesn't break, it builds. Where connection doesn't confuse, it clarifies. Where intuition doesn't hurt, it heals. So breathe, trust, let the timelines do what they must. And when that next surge of emotion comes, when you feel their energy again, panic. Just smile and say, I know you feel it too, because they do. Even in their silence, their soul reaches out. Even in your distance, your hearts still speak. They may not be ready to step into your world yet, but they're learning how to walk toward it. And the more you embody love, the more your world becomes magnetic. That's when divine counterparts find each other again, not through searching, but through becoming dot. So if you've been wondering whether to give up, don't. Not on them, but on the version of the connection that caused you pain. Let that go. Release the timeline where you had to wait, beg, or prove your worth. That timeline has expired. You are now stepping into a version of reality where love meets you equally, where your intuition guides, not tortures, where your energy attracts only what's aligned. That's why your intuition keeps whispering. They still care, because they do. Their human self may resist it, but their higher self has never stopped loving you. They signed the soul contract. They know the truth. They're just learning to remember it through experience. And when they finally do, it won't be forced. It'll be natural, peaceful, fated. You'll see it in their eyes before they speak. You'll feel the shift before they touch your hand. It will be the kind of reunion that doesn't need explanation because the souls already know dot. Until then, your role is sacred. To stay open, not attached. To keep creating the life that makes your heart sing. Because joy is your magnet. And the happier you are, the clearer your energy becomes. And that clarity, that light, is what calls them home. So tonight, you close your eyes, imagine your light expanding beyond your body. Imagine it touching every version of them across time, space, and dimension. Whisper to their soul, when you're ready, I'll meet you in peace. Then let it go. Because that's all love ever needs, acknowledgement and freedom. If this message resonated, type in the comments, I'm walking my highest timeline in peace. Because that affirmation activates your next level of alignment. It tells the universe you're ready to move with faith, not fear. Ready to love without losing yourself. Ready to trust that divine love in all its mystery. Never leaves, it just evolves until both souls are strong enough to hold it. And remember, your intuition wasn't wrong. It was preparing you to see beyond illusion. It was guiding you toward faith in what your heart already knew. You're not imagining this connection. You're embodying it. And soon, everything that once felt distant will begin to converge. Okay. In ways more beautiful than you ever expected. Because that's how the universe works. Rewards the ones who trust their inner knowing. And right now, you are being rewarded with peace, clarity, and magnetic power. They'll feel that shift. They'll feel the pull. And one day, when the time is right, they'll find the courage to cross the distance between timelines straight back to you. Until then, keep shining. Keep aligning. Keep trusting that what's real can never be lost. You are loved. You are guided. You are magnetic. And everything meant for you is already finding its way through time, through space, through the very energy you're radiating right now. So take a deep breath and let this truth settle in your heart. They're not gone. They're just catching up, and soon. They will. If this message touched you, make sure to like this video. Subscribe to the Self-Magnetize channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next divine message meant just for your soul. Stay magnetic, stay faithful, and remember, your intuition is never wrong. It's simply showing you what your heart already knows across time.